got a new guy for my desk. Look at him. Look at Karopi. He's so cute. Got him in a little blind bag. I was hoping to get someone else, but I'm not super mad about it. Also, look at this. Oh my god. A working computer. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that amazing that things can be functional now? So yeah. Hello. My last sketchbook tour did very well. And I finished this one super recently. At the time of recording this, like a week ago. So I wanted to do another tour of this one because I do like doing these, and they're nice and fun, and a lot of people said they liked it. So yeah, we get another one. There's less stickers on this one, but yeah, this one is from my math teacher because I did well on a quiz, so I just ripped it off the quiz and stuck it on there. This is I cut out from a newspaper. I found this one on the ground. I made this one. It's my art. I started watching Evangelion. More of that later. And some Sanrio guys. And then some little guys. And I'll put the brand of that one on here. And then this, one of my like TY plushies, like the tag fell off. So I just stuck it on there. Yeah. I actually posted things this time. I went through everything and I paid attention, and everything is posted so that I don't have to edit as much. So yeah, I started it in July and I finished it in early October, right there. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can actually kind of see it. But I found this butterfly stamp, and I stamped all over this. This is actually interesting. I didn't notice this. But the colors on my phone are different. This is a lot more yellow in person, and you can't really see the butterflies. But on camera, you can actually kind of see the butterflies better. It's interesting. Anyway, these are all notes on perspective for my comics class, because that was still going on. If you haven't watched my previous sketchbook tour, that's fine, but I have more stuff talking about that comics class, so I'm not really going to talk about it a lot right now. But these are the characters from that comic. Oh, and somebody asked me like if I could like post the comic, so if I find the time to scan it, like I definitely will post it, probably on like Webtoon or something. And yeah, just some doodles of my OCs, of people in my class who are working. Yeah, there's not a whole lot in July, I don't think, because I was working on my comic. Oh, this is the day we were introduced to inks. And yeah, I was just like, inks are hard. I'm still not great with inks, but this is my very first time using them, so that it's really not the best. I was trying to draw some people at my table to like get a better feel for the inks, but it's still really hard. Like, anyone who can, like, ink artists would just teach me your ways. Your art is so beautiful. Anyway, more people, more OC doodles. I was trying to get mess around with these ink pens. And I drew it and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like Jonathan from Stranger Things. But yes. These, I think, were supposed to be Mike, but I don't know. They were just like just trying to draw something with the ink pen, because the calligraphy pen, because I was just struggling so much. And then my little rat guy. Figure studies from class. Yeah, I like these. And my little rat color the hallway rat. Yeah. I like her. More of the same model. Did a pretty good job with his face here. And yeah. Yeah, more OC doodles. And trying to just play around with this idea of like a strawberry and a heart being combined. So I'm working on several pieces that explore this idea. Yeah, I just think that if people like eating strawberries, like they're eating strawberries, but the strawberries are actually hearts, so it's actually cannibalism. Yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun with that. More random doodles. Yes. Strawberry flavor. Because my one OC, his name's Aubrey. He's right here. To me, he's very much like strawberry vibes. So I was making a little joke there, strawberry flavor, of me eating this blood strawberry heart. And he's just kind of there. Yeah. Oh, and I drew a little cat. Because his boyfriend, Max, he's kind of like Black Cat. And like Aubrey, I don't really think of like as golden retriever. Because I know that's the whole thing, Black Cat, golden retriever. But he's strawberry. He's a strawberry dude. He just reminds me of strawberries. More studies of the figure. These ones are unclothed. And by the way, I'll edit in like before this, like a little timestamp. I'm sure you've already seen it, but there are gonna be some more like unclothed models on this next page, so be wary if you don't want to see these. But if you do, thank you, because I love this page. I love how this page turned out. This was great modeling session. And also they had the same model, the one study with her not having clothes on, and then one study with her having clothes on in the same position so we could study the fold. So for that, I literally just put this post-it and I was like, I think I don't know, I like doing that. Some other people, their figures, what they were drawing, and a shoe of the person sitting next to me, and hallway rat. Wow. More figure studies. It's just like lines of me starting one and just not finishing it. Oh my god, it is hallway rat. That's so cool. Wow. Who would have expected that? Look. 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 Oh, and there's ragdoll. Oh, and more butterfly stamps. So I guess this is when I got the stamp. Found it. At least I already had it. I just found it. My sister lying in bed on the computer. And it doesn't really look like her to me, so I'm okay showing it. And this is also her, but again, it doesn't really look like her, so I'm okay showing it. And yeah, she always is lying on bed like this, and then she's like, my arm hurts. I'm like, yeah, because you're like this. Like, why are you doing that? Anyway, trying to do a background study. Trying to figure out how I wanted these little rat dudes' hands to be. And the idea of hallway rat, like, painting, like, realistic people. I mean, this is not realistic, but just as a concept, so I didn't forget. And, yeah. More of those concepts of... Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Must have been having some terrible art blocks. These look terrible. But people have said they like the messy doodles and sketches. Because that is one thing I don't like about a lot of sketchbook tours. A lot of them are very put together. And it's great if that is your process, but I think for most people it really isn't. And I think you can get a lot more character with showing the failures that you've gone to get, because it's like, it's cliche, but like they do help you figure things out. A bunch of face studies of Stranger Things characters, because I think I realized like, ooh, I've just been drawing comic all like this month, and I kind of like just don't know what I'm doing. So face studies. I messed up Will Byers, like, and like, Will is my favorite character. I've probably drawn him hundreds of times, and I'm like, how are you the one I messed up? Like, everyone else, except for like Max, Sadie Sink, she took a couple tries like for me to understand her face. But literally everyone I got, and I who I picked, I just picked like my family's favorite characters. And then I talked to them and I got them like wrong, except for my sister, and my dad. Yeah, so Dustin is my dad's favorite. I thought Steve was my mother's favorite. Steve is actually her second favorite, and her first favorite is like Joyce. Which, like, okay, every mom's like favorite is Joyce. Like, anyone who's a mother, their favorite is Joyce. Like, which Joyce is an amazing character. I love Joyce. But I'm a child, so I'm not just like, oh, she's literally me. But every mother I've talked to about Stranger Things is like, oh, she's literally me. Like the adult equivalent of whatever that is. And then 11 is over here because I thought she was my little brother's favorite. And I'm pretty sure she is, but I think he also likes Dustin. But like, I drew Dustin, so I guess I didn't really mess up on that one. And then my sister likes Max. And she's literally Max. Like, she just is a lot like Max to me. Anyway. Some of my OCs being lovey-dovey, giving each other smooches. Just because, I don't know. I was like, I kind of haven't drawn a lot of ship art recently, which is very out of character for me. Because, I don't know. It's just something I enjoy drawing that will change very fast. But, yeah. Anyway, some more OC doodles. I don't have a lot to say about these. They're literally just doodles and sketches. A sketch for Art Fight. I never completed this character. I never drew them. Some more trying to figure out ways to braid Ragdoll's hair. And oh, this is funny. Be sexy, sell your soul. Basically, my one comics teacher gave us a bunch of prompts to like make like a thumbnail of an illustration, and one of them was like a futuristic sci-fi universe, and it was like you're being watched was one of the prompts. I'm like, okay, that's easy. Technology, watching you, surveillance, all that classic dystopian stuff. But yeah, I was also kind of like, what if we take like years later in the future, consumerism and capitalism as far as the social media world just keeps going at the rate it's at, and you be sexy and you sell your soul. Like, in order to be sexy, you have to sell your soul. Yeah, obviously. I don't know, something about that is funny to me, but I guess it's also a social commentary. And I'm not saying if you're hot, you're like a bad person, by the way. It's just like the concept. Chasing, aspiring, this idea. And yeah, and then I was drawing one of my friend's characters. Yeah. More just doodles, people. Punk Trout. Punk Trout Lady! Oh my gosh, it's Punk Trout Lady. Oh my gosh, look at her. Look at her. She's great. She's amazing. There's dogs barking. Anyway, yeah, and I was like, oh, you can call me a furry if it's because I draw fish people. You know what? More furries should have fish characters. Controversial opinion. Dogs and cats, wolves, all cool. Fish is peak. Look at my fish lady. She's great. Yeah, more fish lady. And then, you know, a lot of like icon Instagram account. I don't know how I feel about it, but like, I guess you can go look at my art there. And also I'm doing Cringe-tober right now, so if you want to see a bunch of my Cringe-tober pieces. I'm not doing for like every prompt, just the ones where I'm like, oh, I have something, like an idea for this. And if you want to see my art, I guess you can go look. But I was like, maybe I should do one of those meet the artist things that like every social media artist has. But I kind of don't like them. No, I like looking at them, but I don't know how to do them for myself. And I was just, again, relating it to this be sexy, sell your soul thing. And like, what if I was just a doll in a box? And like, you can buy it. Like, you can buy my internet persona, because that's basically like what the point of the meet the artist is to like market yourself to convince people to be interested in you and your work, which like, that's fine, but I'm not into it. More messing around, because again, I kind of had art block, and I was like, I don't remember what I look like, so I need to figure that out. So, yeah. And I don't know, I was just thinking like, what if I found like a secret door that led me to like a secret place, and that place is mine, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's fun trying that concept. More of that concept with me having a sword, and like this door leads me to a magical world. It's not original, but it's fun and self-indulgent, so I don't care. Oh, you know that merry-go-round thing? Not merry-go-round, like the spinny animation trend people were doing, or are doing, have been for a while, where it's like the like soldiers thing. And I'm sorry, I got distracted by this shell. And it's like the creator and then the OC. And I did it with my characters Ragdoll and Vikram. And I'm like, Vikram would just want to like kill me. And Ragdoll would have to be like, it's a child, stop. Because they are technically older than me. Very cringe, I know. But yeah. Yeah, and I was feeling burnt out, so I was doodling, and I was like, remembered like something about people saying like, if you have ADHD, you're like more prone to burnout. And I like only recently found out I have ADHD. I don't even have a diagnosis. My therapist literally just said you have ADHD, and I talked to my psychiatrist the other day. I was like, can we look into giving me a diagnosis for ADHD? And she's like, yeah, like in the future. And I'm like, what do you mean in the future? Like, why can't we just figure this out now when you're right here anyway? But whatever. And it's like, oh, like, I'm not even like burnt out from doing like anything. Like, I'm just like really depressed right now and burnt out. And I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, you're not getting enough dopamine, and you're not being like stimulated. I was like, fun. Yeah, I don't remember a lot about that day, but it was not a good day, and it was literally for no reason. It was because I was so tired from doing this class, so I needed to relax and rest, but that also meant like I'm not doing anything, so my energy levels are low, so I need to rest to increase them, but resting is boring, so then I just get sad. But yeah. And then I talked about, basically I had this dream about me being like this goblin guy, but then I was thinking about like, And then there's a vampire guy in the dream, but I was like, what if I was just a vampire? And what if I was a vampire? And what if it's actually not me? It's literally just a vampire. And that just has spun out of control, and it's not a self-insert anymore. It's literally just a guy. And I'm thinking about making it into a comic in the future. So, I don't know. I'm still working on that idea, so. Owl House doodles, and there's more on this page, actually. Because I was just thinking about my Owl House phase. I don't think I can express to you without let's just look at my wall, maybe, to explain this. Yeah. So, that is, something. Yeah, so, it was very intense and long-lasting. So, and I was also just thinking about, like, talking to myself during that time. I don't know, I love the idea of just talking to your younger self. And it just, because, I don't know, I guess I used to always get really mad at my younger self. Which I think is a pretty common theme, especially if you're a teenager. I think a lot of people are like that. But I don't know, just kind of changing it into, like, just hanging out with my younger self. I just made it a lot easier to think about those times of just somebody who, like, needed someone to talk to about different things and didn't really understand what was going on. And now I do, so I don't know, just kind of being like an older sibling to my younger self, that idea. Yeah, more doodles, more OC doodles, people dancing, figure studies, and Babatsumaru, and it's our guy. It's our guy. It's our guy. It's him. Anyway, yeah. I guess it's just a bunch of shit. Jellyfish space guy, because I was at a different art camp than on, and we had to make these, like, boxes with, like, layers of, like, art in them. Sort of like a pop-up card, but just in a box. I don't know. Yeah. And then some doodles of myself and my OCs. Goldfish girl who's like a prep school girl sort, and she's like totally like a terrible person, but like in like kind of like a Mean Girls way, but also like goes to the bathroom, smokes weed sort of way, but like a mean person. I don't know. It's just it's a stupid idea, but it's so fun to draw. Like, I don't know. And I was also like, fish kissings. That sounds disgusting. Anyway, that's just a thought to leave you with. I'm sorry. Oh, and then it's her. It's her. Oh my god, it's her. It's Emo Winslow from Harlan Coben's Shelter. She's my most recent obsession. And yeah, you can see the level to which it goes through, and all of these pages are her because I love her. And yeah, I don't know, it's like those memes are, oh wait, this is a person swallowing a fish. Oh yeah, this is one of my fears. Fish, just like if I'm swimming and a fish came into my mouth. That sounds like, that's just a fear I have. I don't know why. Anyway, back to Ema, because she's all I care about, actually. You know those memes where it's like, oh, I'm marrying my, like, partner, but, like, so-and-so shows up and it's, like, a fictional character? This is that for me. This, her. Ima, please marry me. I know you're not real, but please marry me. I know we're both like 16, but please marry me. Anyway, yeah. And studies of the back because I wanted to draw her like tattoo. So, more OC stuff of Ragdoll and Vikram playing shows, maybe having themed shows. And I saw this guitar that was like, had angel wings or something on it. And I was just like, what if angel and devil theme? Cliche, stupid, bad, but very fun to draw and explore. Oh. And then this little joke I did of Vikram being like, why do I have to be the demon? And Ragdoll just being like, well, because you're the edgy bad boy of our band. You know, that whole trope of like, every girl group or boy group needs to have like bad boy, bad girl. I don't know. I've never been like super into a band like that. Actually, that's a lie. But not of this type. Not this type of band that I'm discussing. Anyway, more of them. More of just like the idea of Ragdoll being silly with their marketing. Yeah. Press flower. Wow. So cool. I do not remember putting that in there. What Fiona, she's one of the characters who's in the band, what her room could look like. And then I made this little like cat and pie crew, and I was like, this is cute. What if I have this as like a sauna? So just exploring that idea. My goblin guy, and in that dream, I think I mentioned this earlier, there was this vampire prince guy, and I was like, what if my goblin guy falls for vampire guy? Yeah. I don't have a lot to say. It was a weird dream, but yes. Oh, and then more doodling of an art fight attack for my friends' OCs. More vampire and goblin stuff. A study of my room for AP art from a 1-point perspective. I have the picture here because we're referencing it. Yeah. And then I tried to start it and I switched pages because I didn't like how this was turning out. And I got 100 on all my AP art stuff. Woo! And more vampire goblin guy. Face study. Shitty face study. Shitty face study. Good face study. Good face study. Good face study. Shitty face study. Car. Because we had just been camping all of these days where I was drawing this stuff. So, yeah. I was in the car. Some gestures. A bunch of doodles. I don't remember the context of these, so I don't know. I guess there's a bunch more. I guess I remember here I was thinking about how my style is so inconsistent with music, with fashion, all that stuff. I don't know, I like all different things. Oh, Sleepy Embers on Toy House made me this like lion shark character, and I was like, what if that pie crew guy that I had and like this shark guy, what if they were boyfriends? Maybe, but I don't know, they give like best friend vibes because like it's a small cat and then this tall lion. I was just like, what if the cat just like climbs on him because he's just small? And then oh yeah, Wingnut from the TMNT, Tales of the TMNT She's so silly, and I love her. She's literally me, guys. She's literally me. Anyway, Vikram, look at him. My gosh. And then some older ragdolls. A bunch of doodles of older ragdoll. Like maybe she runs into a fan at the store. Ooh. And they're like, what? It's you. Oh my god. Hand studies. Random shit. Yeah, I guess I was just bored. I was just drawing random things. Bird. Eyes. Silly looking cat. Plant. Just like exploration, or the idea of like finding a door that leads to a magical world. But I don't want it to feel like the fucking like Mario movie. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just not the vibe, guys. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying like a different, more simple art style for that concept. So if I wanted to make it into a comic or an animation, it'd be easier. I think it's a fun concept, but I'm not super good at world building. So I don't really know what this other world would look like. And it's kind of a lot of the concept of this story relies on that, the exploration of that. Doodles of me, and I guess I was bored. Just drawing random things in my room, and this was my sister's room, and she was packing for like a trip or something. So, this page is basically entirely covered because it's a bunch of face studies of my friend. So, and here are some hearts, again playing with that idea of like the strawberry heart. And I was like, what if there's a bunch of like gothic vampire waitresses in like an anime cafe style serving you cannibalism treats. Polish. A concept, but I don't have that art style at all, so I haven't really done that with these the pieces I've been working on, but I want to do that in the future. I think it'd be interesting. Board, my backyard, a bunch of crickets. I don't know who that was because I didn't finish it, but a bunch of crickets, who's another member in the band, and some bats, because I was like, I want to have a bat persona, and I designed them, and they're great. Some school bus graveyard doodles, and more of like this heart concept of like, what if I could use like the teeth as leaves, like a strawberry? And I kind of explored that here. I don't like it a whole lot. I think it needs more development, but yeah. These pages are glued together, so it's probably really unhinged. And I'll just be glad we don't have to see it. A bunch of doodles. And again, I started watching Evangelion. And, sorry if you don't like it, because if I like something, I need to make a bandy AU out of it. So that's there. And I think I changed my mind on Shinji and Rei's instruments, because originally I was like, Shinji should play bass and Rei should play lead guitar. But cello is actually how it would have a more similar structure to the electric guitar than it would the bass, which like I know in Schoolhouse of Rock, this is the first one I thought of, or School of Rock. I don't know why I thought Schoolhouse. Anyway, they're like, oh, this girl plays cello, she's gonna play the bass. But like, if you know anything about classical music and string instruments, not to be a pretentious dick, but that's actually not correct. Cello is actually more similar to violin, which is very similar to guitar. And viola and bass are actually very similar to electric bass. So, there you go. If you did not know that, now you know from a pretentious bitch. So, sorry. And yeah, and obviously, I don't know, like, Asuka should play drums. I don't know, I'm sorry to, like, carry on, like, this, like, angry drummer who needs to, like, hit things sort of vibe, but, like, I don't know. I think she would enjoy herself, and Karu would play, like, keyboard and synth. Yeah, anyway, sorry about that nerd stuff. Back to the other nerd stuff. More of Aubrey and Max. Oh, inksy poetry that nobody wants to fucking read. This is what happens when you stay up too late and you're lonely as shit. Just stop talking. Just stop talking. Anyway, hand studies of, like, people, like, holding, like, swords. Because, like, to me, drawing that is just so difficult. So, I did some studies of that. And, you icky bad emo poetry, so don't read it. Because it was, like, 2. Oh my gosh. Look at my characters. You should look at them. You should. This is really nice, actually. I need to stop getting distracted. Instead of you icky bad emo poetry, what about gender bent? My character is Vikram from all his profiles, and then a ragdoll. What about that? Because you know that one character art trend where people are like, draw your OC how they normally look, draw a gender bent, draw a child version of themselves, and then a villain version of themselves. I was just kind of exploring that idea. I guess ragdoll would totally be like very hippie type. Vikram would just be Vikram, but a girl. Cricket would just be Cricket, but a girl. Fiona, I feel like, would be a lot more mellow. I don't know, just because I feel like one thing people don't do a lot of gender bends, which is like, that's fine, but this is what I think would be interesting is how does sexism and gender roles change your character? And I think that Fiona would be a lot less high-strung and, like, all over the place. And I think Ragdoll would have had a lot easier time throughout her life with a lot of different things and just be more of, like, I guess even more charismatic. She's already charismatic, but I think a lot more people would not demean her the way they do. And I guess flipping Vikram and Cricket, I guess people already don't take them super seriously. It's a thing. But I guess a lot more people would just, I think a lot more people would have been rude to Vikram. And I think Cricket would have had a very different relationship with his sister in that. So I don't know. That's just some lore ideas for this not canon designs. Anyway, study, Karu and Shinji. Sorry for that nerd stuff. I'm gonna get back to my other nerd stuff. Random sketches and gestures. Random sketches and gestures. Wow. I guess just trying to make like a magical girl sort of character and how to like make red and blue work without making it like fucking American flag core, I guess. And then also I was at the beach and they had these postcards for like an ad, so yeah, so that's that postcard. And then I was playing around with a chibi style sort of vibe. This was a drawing my dad drew of Godzilla attacking. Yeah, he was just like, I have an idea. Can I draw on a piece of paper? Like, can I draw on your sketchbook? And I'm like, sure, dude. So now Godzilla's in my sketchbook, I guess. But like, there's more unhinged shit in here, which is why there's so many post-its. More chibi. I really want to have like a cute chibi style so badly that's like consistent, but I figured out this one. I was like, oh, it's simple, it's adorable, and I forgot about it immediately. Ugly, ew, icky, ugly sketches, and bad. I shouldn't say that because whenever I see artists, when I was younger and I'd see someone who had a similar skill level to me, and their art would have a similar skill level to me, and then they'd be like, ew, this is terrible art. I'd just be like, man, that looks pretty good to me. So it's just when you improve a lot, looking at old art is really weird, even if it's like not from that long ago. So this page is decent, but it's just random doodles. More random doodles exploring that vampire story. Basically, the gist of it is this kid is bitten by a vampire and he turns into a vampire. And he still has to go to school and stuff. He's taken in by this vampire court. Yes, those do exist in real life. No, they're not actual vampires. They just drink people's blood. That sounds way worse than when, I mean, doctors don't. It's an interesting subject. And if you want a rabbit hole to go down, look into vampire courts. Look into vampire courts. Specifically suburban vampire courts. Because it's so interesting. Because there's like entire families that are in these vampire courts. Like imagine going to parent-teacher conferences and you're just like, they're in the vampire court. Anyway, I'm not like demeaning or supporting it or anything. Doctors do not recommend drinking blood, but it is all consensual. From what I've read, the vampire courts, like, there's a rule. If you like unconsensually drink someone's blood, like, you're out. It's very interesting. You should look into it. And whenever I talk about this to people, they're like horrified, but it is genuinely interesting, the things that people do. So I was just like, he's taken in by a vampire court, and they try to like help him, but he does not like being a vampire. He doesn't want to be a vampire. And then he falls in love with a goth boy, and I thought that a vampire falling in love with like a goth, like gothish, emo-ish, someone who looks like what you would expect a modern day vampire to look like, and then the other guy just being like this like sort of grungy, like short little dude who's like Indian, like, I don't know. It's funny to me. Yeah. Oh, also, I'm half Indian, by the way. I just realized I should, like, point that out. I'm not being, like, weird. and like a weird white person. Well, I am technically half weird white person, but I'm also half weird Indian person, so please don't freak out. Anyway, more doodles of Bad Bad Tomorrow, and I have these old OCs. I was like, what if I take some of my old like personas from when I was like 13 and like design them so they can be background characters? So I was just playing around with that, more of that, and then more of how to draw the like vampire turning into a bat, but also like I want a bat persona, so it's kind of both of those things. More of that talking to your younger self premise, except with that trend where it was like you're talking to your younger self and then they like insult you, so you tell them something terrible about the future. I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah. Oh my gosh, it's more Cricket. Look at him. He's so sweet. I don't know. I just want to like give him things, which is basically what I do because I'm his creator. But yeah, I feel like Cricket, you know, some people, they just like have so many interests and they're all like trinkets. They like trinkets. Those people are great because I'm also kind of like that. So I love getting those people gifts. And then Chester's tree. Oh, it was the last day of summer. I was just drawing in my backyard, drawing my younger self, my older self, because basically there was this, my friend posted this story, you know, it's like younger self and older self, like 5-year difference, like before COVID and then now. And like, yeah, it's definitely something. But also like I was a literal like child, and now I'm like I don't know, I guess I'm like an older teenager. I don't know, I'm solidly a teenager. Here I was like 11, so I don't know what age. I'm turning 16 literally next week. This was like 5 years ago, so yeah, I would have been like 11. And fish, wearing a gaslight geeky girl fish because I'm funny. Anyway, first day of school, hooray, said nobody. Doodles of my OCs. Oh yeah, my phone was at 13%, but I did bring my MP3 player, so it was okay. I was just drawing some people. Yeah, because we had to wait in the gym because our classes hadn't been scheduled. So this was just like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if I was a graffiti artist on roller skates who is like a superhero artist out there fighting for the children of this suburban neighborhood? It's stupid. It's a fun idea. I don't know. Also, me wearing the outfit that emo wears in the one episode. Kind of, not really. I just want to wear like a black suit and like black eyeshadow and slick my hair back and just like, I can actually dance a waltz. Fun fact. Because I had to do like baby ballroom dancing classes when I was like 8, because it was like a school class. I don't know why, but it was. So I know how to do like a very basic waltz, which like I guess the waltz is just basic, but yeah. And I was just like, why do I have this skill if I'm not gonna be cool and mysterious and like in a teen movie where like I'm that weird alt boy who's like actually reads really pretentious classic novels and can dance the waltz. Like, why isn't that me? Because I'm not a dick, but yeah. More gestures. That is like 3 pages, 4 pages. That's paper clipped, which means I was being very unhinged those days. So we should all just be grateful that we don't have to witness it. More gestures of people, because this gym scheduling thing went on for a while. Pigeons, because I was just like, I don't know, I was hanging out with my friend and there were pigeons and I was like, the pigeons look so pudgy, and I just kept like saying like pudgy pigeons over and over again for like 3 days. Not like 3 days straight, like at different times, but like pudgy pigeons, just say it. It's so fun to say. There's a pudgy pigeon. There's a pudgy pigeon. There's me holding a pigeon to my friend, out to my friend, and being like, it's a pudgy pigeon. A person standing. Oh, I think this is supposed to be Shinji. That's kind of funny. Okay, Ray. How do I make a pigeon angel? Just a thought. I don't know. I'm painting a pigeon in school right now, which we'll get into when I get to my concept. More trying to just spontaneously use graphite, and yeah, it's hard. Some gestures that don't look super great. I was just bored. I don't think I even wanted to draw on these pages. I was just bored because we weren't doing anything. I think this is nope, that's not a violin, that's a bass. Yeah. Pigeon. These are literally scribbles. I don't know what I was thumbnailing. OC doodles. I was remembering I had a spider sona, I guess. Portrait. This portrait didn't work out, so I just started again. Cricket and Vikram. Oh my god, it's my guys. And I was thinking about the audio where it's like, oh, you have a nice smile, and then the one person makes a happy noise, and then the one person's like, oh, you have a nice smile, and then like very awkwardly are like, thanks, because that reminds me of, that's them. So much. Looks like I was doing a design thing. Oh, I remember. Fancy Nancy as an adult, and I thought, because my sister wanted that for her birthday, and I still haven't finished that drawing. Because I've been working on Cringetober, and Fancy Nancy is way too cool and awesome for Cringetober, so she's gonna be drawn in November, I guess. I was thinking about like fashion paper dolls, like 50s, 60s style, and one of the things that was going on in high fashion during that time, especially in France, was medieval revival, which is a very cool style. And I was like, let's mix that in with like this like thrifted DIY thing that Fancy Nancy has going on. And yeah, this is not interesting. These are like AP art theme stuff for my AP art class. I was drawing a puffer fish because I was like, what if I don't know, I guess I was just sad. I was like, my head just feels very hollow right now. So I was just kind of exploring that concept, but I really like these simplified doodles of like myself. This art style, like I really like it. And then my inquiry question and my theme, which is age is my theme, and my inquiry question, it's basically just me exploring composition, but I like said it all fancy. Pufferfish emo girl. Pufferfish emo girl. Pufferfish emo girl. I love these fish people. Fish ladies. I love them. They're so fun to draw, and you should go draw a fish lady. And furries, you should go make a fish character. Anywho, Vikram, pufferfish. I love them both. Let me make a little heart for them. They're not like in love, but I loved them. Lilium from Countdown to Countdown, which is a webcomic. And I was reading it and I was just like, damn. Fun fact about me, I have a massive crush on Vi from Arcane. And another fun fact, I have crush on basically the male version of Vi from Arcane. Lilium from Countdown to Countdown. They're very similar. They're both sort of like brawler type of fighters. With dead families and pink hair, who are total badasses, and are in love with a blue-haired, the main protagonist sort of type. They're not the same person, obviously. They're different characters, but there's so many similarities where it's just like, damn, I didn't know this was like a consistent thing with me. But yeah, and oh, this is my AP art piece that I've been working on. Especially the stages of the pigeon embryo. I wanted to explore something with that, and I came up with, well, I didn't come up with it, my friend gave me the idea. I was like trying to be like, how do I want to like incorporate these embryos like transforming into a pigeon? And he was just like, egg, boom, beautiful, egg. So I've been working on that painting. Gestures and some drawings of like people in class, and then my hands and poses. And my one friend art class, he like cut this out for his like collage thing and just handed it to me. It was just like, this is yours now. Just like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm just gonna stick it in there. So ragdoll, Max and Aubrey trying to figure out like the length for his dreadlocks. Because I don't know. This is another fun fact about me. When people have hair that's like right down to this level, where you can kind of see their eyes, but you kind of can't. Something about that is so like adorable and just pretty to me. So, yeah, that's why Aubrey's hair is like that. Because when guys do that, I think it's really cute. So you can still kind of see my name. Ew. So basically Risty did like a visit at my school, and it was just me and like 3 other people in the room, and the guy was just like, so there's only 3 like of you here. And he just kind of like asked us personally like questions and gave us advice. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff, and if you are interested in applying to RISD, this might be useful information for you. So if you want to like pause it and like look through it, you can do that. Yeah. Oh, and he also gave me his contact information. So if you want to write to the admissions guy and ask him about his stuff, here you go. He was very nice. So yeah. And he definitely seemed to know what he was talking about. It's very cool. And more just exploring this strawberry idea. I started my painting that I'm still working on of like the person eating the strawberry. That's actually a heart. I was like, what if we make it like a whole business? There's the person who's selling the strawberries at like a farmer's market, the strawberry hearts, and then the strawberries growing on vines. And also like, what if the strawberries, like I don't want green in any of these pieces. So all the leaves have to be this off yellow. So it's kind of like, it kind of looks gross. And it is a gross concept, you know, of cannibalism. So, and then someone eating study. It's him, but he's a person. And then it's his boyfriend. Mwah. Anyway, yeah, that's Bad Bat's Maru and Karopi, and it's really shitty ink study of this girl playing guitar. Bunch of doodles, some younger ragdolls, trying to figure out what she would look like. I feel like she'd change her appearance a lot, be very experimental. Before she like grows into her own comforting style. This study I really like. It was this girl, she makes this silly little face, and like, I like it. It's a silly expression. And then just some studies of people making normal faces that aren't as silly and fun. But yeah, doodles of younger Ragdoll and Vikram. And look at this. Oh my god, he's a paper doll. So you can, wow, watch this. And then this is like a post-it, so you can also stick that on there. But yeah, I was trying to think about like what his outfits would be. Just kind of thinking about the like young emo people I know and what they dress like. And yeah, I guess more of this modern vampire thing, some of these doodles, but most of these doodles are of a younger Vikram. And yeah, some concepts. And this is for, I forgot my pigeon painting at home, so I just sketched for my next piece where I wanted to do something with like my theme is age, so I was like people, like a Sleeping Beauty type of thing, where like instead of Sleeping Beauty surviving, the flowers like go into her and like pierce through her like lungs and stuff, kind of like Hanahaki sort of deal. But I don't know how, I really want to do something with this, but I don't want it to be like super cliche of like, oh, life and death, flowers growing from skeleton, because like, no offense if you're into that, but it's super cliche to me. Yeah, trying to like figure out the prompt for the Cringetober for like the first or second day was Tsundere. And I was just like, damn, I can't think of anyone. Am I not cringe enough for Cringetober? It hurt me to not be cringe enough for Cringetober. Honestly, truly. And like, Asuka is a tsundere technically, but I don't feel, I didn't feel like drawing her. Because I don't know. I'm gonna sound like a massive, just like incel type of nerd who just sucks, but like I think she's a very complex character, and I think people don't give her the time of day, and it feels weird to me to chalk her up to just being a bitch who just wants affection, because that just feels kind of sexist to me. Personal opinion. You can disagree. I literally could not care less, but like, that's just my opinion. I watched The Craft. I was trying to draw Nancy. These ones do not look like Nancy. This one is the closest I got. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like it. And also, oh my gosh, I figured out how to use ink. Wow. Well, it's not really ink. It's like a brush pen. It's filled with ink. But I'm getting better. Look at that. And then, so the thing that I landed on was, what's her name? Nicole from Class of '09. I've not played Class of '09, but I have listened to the full gameplay. And I've listened to the full gameplay of Flipside, which is a sequel from Jenica's perspective. If you don't know what Class of '09 is, it's basically just like, it's set in 2008, and it's just like a character-based game. What do you call this? It's one of the ones where you choose what the character... It's like a choose-your-own-adventure sort of style. I don't know what you call that in video games. Do you just call it choose... I'm not a gamer, and I'm sorry. But yeah, I wanted to draw something with her, and I felt a lot more comfortable doing her as a tsundere. I don't know if she's technically considered a tsundere, but I felt a lot more comfortable drawing her than I did Asuka. And then face study, and it's the end. Wow. And then we can get into the back pocket, I guess. Beans. Sanrio. Half a Pokemon card that I found. Tootsie Pop roll. RISD sticker. My friend and I bowling birthday party. Tootsie Pop roll. McDonald's stickers. I don't know. Batsumaru for my keychain, for my ID, and this little card that came with it, and a bunch of sketches in here. They're not important. I didn't glue them in, so they're not important. And yes, that is my stuff. And that is the end of my sketchbook tour. So, free to go now if you haven't already. And if you have not already, thank you for watching or listening to my sketchbook tour. If you were drawing in the background, comment what you drew, please. I'm very interested. Because on my last one, I said the same thing. I was like, comment what you drew. A lot of you have really cool art ideas. Yeah. So, please tell me more about them in the comments. And, yeah. I started a new sketchbook. So there's definitely more sketchbook stuff coming in the future, if that is what you're into. But I also, just do, like, speed paints with voiceovers, and I've been trying to figure out streaming, but like this is a new computer, and I'm still figuring it out, and Streamlabs does not like this new computer, so I still have to figure that out. But thank you for watching, and goodbye. I'm just gonna watch this epic transition. Oh my gosh.